Hey everybody, Josh Rowe here, also known as the Belmont King.
Hi everyone, this is Benjamin Patrick King. This is Team Unity's project for the class game 207. This is our game Mystic.
So as we see, starting off, we have a little dialogue starting off just introducing both our main character, Adam, and our little uh, Lord up above, Lord Zaros, giving
Varos.
Varos, sorry. I'll never get that right.
That's okay. So let me explain the story of the game. You are Adam. You wake up on this island after being shipwrecked out at sea. Your whole crew is dead, and you wake up on this island. And due to unfortunate circumstances, you now have to release this mystical lord of the island for him to rule the island again. Um, in order to do that, you need to collect these four items. The four items are the book written in blood, a sword made of stone, a vase made of bones, and a torch that burns violet. So as we approach the town, we see the first object, the book written in blood. Um, I modeled this book, and one of the references I used was the book in the Evil Dead series, the Necronomicon, and that's where the
Oh,
face is from. What happened?
I think I accidentally clicked.
That's okay.
Yeah, we have a glitch here where sometimes when we click, it just restarts the level.
Yeah, this is a quick teleporter thing.
Hmm.
But going on, so when you collect all four items, you can go to the top of the tower, which is in the middle of the island, and you are told that you did your job correctly. You collected all four items for the Lord, and He thanks you for your services. The people will start coming back to the island again, and Adam can leave. The Lord gets him off peacefully and things like that. So speaking for contributions to the game, I'll talk about mine first. So my responsibilities for the game, I was the writer, designer, one of the artists, and the producer of the game. So from a writer's aspect, beginning of the game, I wrote out this big story. There was dialogue and things like that involved. But but as we progressed into the final days, we had to cut some things just because of time management, things we just couldn't get around. So the beginning dialogue that you saw, that wasn't really in the beginning story that I wrote out, but the way it was supposed to start out was that you wake up on another part of the island and you have to actually go to the tower, and there's this whole conversation that you have with the Lord, and he basically tells you your quest, things like that, and how to proceed from there. Um, yeah, so for story cuts, we just had to cut events, dialogues, things like that. But what you see here, it's a good reflection of what we started with. We knew what direction we wanted to lead in with this kind of stuff, and it was a good jump off point for us. So yeah, for from a writer's perspective, that was what we had. From a artist perspective, things that I modeled. If you look out there, there is the temple, and that temple is one of the objects, the sword made of stone, which we'll be seeing in a little bit. Um, I modeled these things in 3ds. There was textures on there, things like that, and a couple of the other things I did the four objects that the player has to go and collect. Um, and just like couple of the little objects that just needed to be put in. And as a designer, I mapped out at first what the island should look like, the kind of the size and what sections of the island should have what, such as like what the levels should be in there, the puzzles, things of that nature. Um, oh yeah, so here we have the temple. Outside is the crazy size of it. We go inside the pillars. These are like these kind of sacrificial pillars that we have in here. Another couple of things I made. Here's the big, huge sword made of stone. That thing is really, really big. I don't know how this person picks it up, but he does. He manages. I'm proud of him. Um, and then if you look to your right, Josh, there we go. The torch made of the torch that burns violet. I'm gonna go pick that up.
In a second.
Okay.
Right here is a good contribution from Steve. He created a teleportation type of system to help move around this gigantic island that I don't think you guys found. This thing is quite ginormous.
Yeah, it's
So
quite large.
every time, yeah, sometimes these scripts are a pain. This torch has a very
Oh, there we go.
fickle hitbox for collecting it.
What do
Alright,
we
so
got?
anytime you see a giant floating box in the game, that's if I ever used the teleportation skill, it would bring me here or wherever another box would be. Now, sorry for cutting you off
Oh,
then.
no, 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 of course not. Since we're here, do you want to? This is our destructible object. We honestly could not think. Well, we had ideas for destructible objects, but they went along with the story cuts. So,
So, I thought of making it a crypt of made of bones, so it's quite ginormous. But if you press D, it becomes even smaller.
then you
It's
press D
it's
again.
fun size. But now, it's just a wall.
Yeah, so it goes from a crypt made of bones into a wall made of bones.
It's kind of like it went into a compactor, you know?
Yeah, something like that. And then there's the vase over there that you had to grab.
I don't have to say this, but these aren't the original places we planned to put them.
Yeah. So speaking of other cuts that we had to do, we had certain puzzles implemented was the game. For example, there was a maze portion of the whole game where you walk through this cave. There was traps supposed to be involved in there, and once you got that, you got the torch, and then you were supposed to be teleported to the temple, and you got the sword that way. But like we said previously, things just had to be cut at the last second, you know. But
These things happen.
yeah. But you know what? What we have it looks good, and what we've been working on. Speaking of on Steve's behalf, who is out at the moment because it's 4:21 a.m. and sadly he has a job this late. But
Sadly.
yeah, well, we don't need rest. The point is,
Yeah.
he was basically the lead artist on this game. He also helped me design the levels like that. The big tower. I wanted to show it real quick. The big tower up there he made. That was all him. Also the houses in the town. That was him. He just basically sculpted the island with the trees, the textures, the terrain, stuff like that. That was his doing.
So
There
I'm
we go.
just getting so you guys have a visual.
Yeah. So the houses that was all um, Steve's contributions. The pillars over here that was him. That's okay. Yep. So just stay here. We're good. So yeah, this was Steve's. This was yeah. So that was his contributions. He did his artwork and stuff like that. The design aspect. The other member on our team, Yasser, he was the marketing and finance portion of the project. If this ever became an actual game, he figured out how much the computers would cost, studios, finances, stuff like that, and my goodness, it is a lot of money to make a game. But he did a considerable amount of research for it, and he did a very fine job. It was his portion of the game. Josh, you want to briefly talk about your contributions as a programmer?
Well, as the sole programmer of the group here, I did a lot of just making things roll, as most programmers do. However, I did do a little of designing, kinda, if you want to classify it. This text up here, I took a little from his story and sort of made it my own, kinda. I don't know why I'm saying it in these kind of words. And I kind of just sort of I made the mini map here so that it also follows the character. Though because this place is so huge, it's not that good in retrospect, but it helps tell like where if you're going on the right track or not to make sure you're following the grayish brick road. So I did a lot of that. I programmed. We tried.
That's a fun time.
Yeah. Unfortunately, my recording kind of has a limit of 15 minutes.
That's
So
alright. Just keep talking about the contributions.
so most of my contributions just sort of came in. Hey, I created a fireball that we were going to use in some lost puzzles that if we really sat down after all this is done, we could probably make those puzzles and make a pretty good game.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So most of my programming was sort of lost puzzle-ish type of things.
I mean, I think all of us
Yeah,
had things kept, but it is what it
things
is.
happen.
I still like it.
It's still a pretty awesome game
For a first, I mean,
for a first time making a
I've
game.
never made a game before except for Quick One at Game Jam, but I'm quite proud of this.
Yeah,
Now I know what I'm gonna be doing in the future. I have a actually clear view of what it's gonna look like, what it entails now. So it's not like I'm going into it blind now. So it's good.
Yep.
But yeah, I think we covered everything. But yeah. All right. Well, again, this is Team Unity's Mystic. Hope you all enjoyed the
Sorry,
walkthrough.
I forgot the biggest part. I apologize.
What is the biggest part?
The menu.
Ah, that is the biggest part.
Yes. I created this menu from a good chunk of script that I'm not going to show because it's quite confusing even to me.
Me too.
And I'm just going to show off these credits that I made. So, just make it feel a little legitimate. A little productions, some credits. I forgot Yasser's part in the finance. I apologize. And I'm sorry for coming off that abrupt ending for this.
Oh no, it's fine. It's fine. But yeah, thank you for watching Team Unity's Mystic. Hope you really enjoyed what was our first project of a couple more to come. Thanks for watching, everyone.
Thank you.